Her jurisdiction is Chicago, and she has been here a year. In fact, actually, I think I met you when I was still in customer service.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So I will let you take over. Love your title, though, so you have to at least say your title if I'm not going to.
Oh, it'll happen. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I'm leaving it to her.
Cool.
Yeah, Britt.
All right. Cool. So I'm here today to tell a story about my long-distance relationship, and not the one that's blowing up Facebook. It's about my long-distance relationship with running. Disclaimer, there are a lot of dad jokes in this story, so if your refrigerator's running, you better go catch it now. Dad jokes. There's a lot more, don't worry. So I first met running when I was a pale 8th grader, the exact same size that I am now. Basketball thought I was too small, lacrosse thought I was a wuss, swimming took one look at me and laughed. But running accepted me for who I was. In fact, there's me on my very first track meet date with running. It was love at first step. So,
Down, I was going somewhere.
running and I had been going steady all through high school. In cross country, we were voted best couple of 2002, and we even tried our feet, dad jokes, at hurdles. Sure, we were close, but our relationship really thrived on distance. The summer after I graduated high school, things were going great with running. But when I got to college at CSU, I needed some space to explore other activities. I had a fling with Flip Cup for a while, dated DPDOs on and off my entire freshman year, did a few beer runs, scored a few pies, nothing serious. All of these other hobbies just weren't as fulfilling as running though. 2 years later, at the start of my junior year, I realized I really missed running. Based on who I'd been seeing lately, running was a little skeptical of getting back together. Running, I said, I've changed. Dad jokes. So we decided to give it another shot. My first date back with running was as a walk-on for CSU cross country. I was in a pair of cotton Sophie shorts, ladies, you know what I'm talking about, and a cotton t-shirt. Running had been seeing nothing but chiseled abs and a sports bra worn by the amazing runners on the team. In fact, the only cotton fabric to be found among all the spandex was in their socks. I was intimidated and not sure I could live up to running's new standards. I was ready to peace out, but running didn't let me. With a lot of hard work and training, running and I made it onto the traveling teams for cross country and indoor track, and you guessed it, fully decked out in spandex. That's what I love about running. It challenges me to go for it no matter how far out of my league I think it is. After college, running and I were ready to take our relationship to the next level. We decided to go all the way. To the lover's lane of the running world, if you will. And on a chilly spring morning in 2012, we ran all morning long for 26.2 miles in the Colorado Marathon. It was amazing. It was amazing, and we couldn't wait to do it again. The next time we did it, in 2013, there were explosions. But not the kind that you're expecting. The Boston Marathon was a pivotal moment in our relationship because it didn't tear us apart as one might have expected. It only brought us closer. I knew that in a moment life could change, so I wanted to spend as much time as I could doing what I loved. And we'd be damned if we let those bombers win that race. Oh yeah. 6 weeks later, running and I moved to New Zealand for a job transfer. We were on what felt like a never-ending runner's high. We spent so much time together and we began to take running, but I began to take running for granted and not taking care of myself. You'll always be in my life and there for me whenever I need you, I told running. That's when running broke up with me, literally, in my pelvis bone. Devastated and left alone with just my Forrest Gump crutches, I had a lot of thinking to do about running and my relationship with it. I decided, though, that with everything that running had taught me and brought me so much joy, I would do whatever it took to get it back. After 6 months of rehab and a lot of begging, running agreed to see me again. We took it slow. We ran for 3 minutes. I asked if I could see Running the next day. Running agreed, but only if we could continue to keep it slow for a while and on the condition that I promised to take care of my body. Whoa, this is no joke. Running is serious, I thought. You gotta take care of yourself if you expect others to take care of you. That's not a dad joke, that's just something my dad always says. I realized that I needed to take care of myself if I expected running to continue to be there for me as well. Eventually, Running and I were like peas and carrots again. Since our breakup, we've been stronger than ever, and thanks to our relationship coach, Sean T, and his insanity workouts, we really built a strong relationship again. We've gotten spiritual and have incorporated Sunday post-long run baths that we take religiously. Together, we've traveled the world. We've run in 38 states and 1 territory. Over there is Vegas and Salt Lake. Cool. 11 countries. And 1 District of Columbia. Except for constantly having to stop for bathroom breaks, Running makes an amazing travel buddy. It has taken me 14 years, but my relationship with running has been the strongest it's ever been this past year. We won our first race ever in the Chi-Town Half Marathon with a 1 hour, 23-minute finish. Ran the fastest leg of our co-ed team at the Hood to Coast Relay in Portland with a 6-minute mile average pace. And got a 27-minute PR in the Chicago Marathon at 3 hours flat and didn't die. I've learned that just when I thought I couldn't run any faster or farther, running has pushed me to test those limits. And achieving these goals has been well worth the wait. This year, Running and I have some pretty lofty goals. We're going to run 2,016 miles in 2016, which just so happens to almost be the exact distance from Chicago to LA. Justin, I'm running to you this year. We are going to win the Horse Thief Half Marathon for the women. And our favorite goal, we're going to do something we've never done before. We're also going to run a qualifying time for the Olympic marathon trials. We are very lucky because our friends and family have given us our blessing and are more supportive than even the world's best sports bra. These past couple of years have been the years that have made me find genuine passion for this sport. I finally dropped the L-bomb because I know that running is something I want to have with me for the rest of my life. Running, my dear, you have taught me determination, perseverance, and grit. You've also taught me that the journey towards each and every goal starts by just putting on your running shoes and is achieved 1 mile at a time. You've taught me to prioritize what's important to life and that sometimes the best miles are yet to come if you can just find a way to tough it through the broken pelvises. You've become an integral part of my life, and I could marry you if I could without being borderline crazy. Thank you for one hell of a ride. What do you say, like we make like geese and get the flock out of here?